Bruce, just get your impressions on the three new guys tonight, especially Taylor.
Well, he certainly creates in space. I thought he did a good job off the rush, finding the open guy. Overtime, obviously, looked dangerous. Had a nice back check as well, so good speed. The details of the game we got to look at closer to see where structure-wise. I don't want to overanalyze that in his first night here. Just a little more tomorrow, sit down and see where he thought he was good and where the game, the coaching part of it, his feedback on that in terms of, like I said, the details and the structure. Lazar in the middle, I thought does a good job presenting himself. Dishes the puck out of the middle. Did a nice job there. Unfortunate on the tying goal. Our fourth line again gets victimized, and that one I thought he did his job. Got into the shooting lane. That was some poor wall work by his left winger, and then a breakdown that he tried to cover up for. So I thought he did a nice job offensively too. Like they were cycling pucks, a little more of an ozone possession line than we've seen. So that was good, encouraging. Riley gets his shot through, works to get it through. Shoots for sticks. Breakout, I thought he had good composure, makes good decisions. So, again, three guys that helped us win a hockey game. That's their job. And then we'll build them in as we go and see how they best fit. But first impressions were good.
Matt Porter. Matt, go ahead.
Sorry about that. More on Lazar, Bruce, in particular, that shift that they had after kind of you guys were in an early funk. It seemed to kind of wake you guys up. Was that what was needed at the time?
Well, that's typically what you want out of an effective fourth line is an ability to go establish a forecheck, get some hits, hopefully get the puck back, and make some plays and get our bench going, the crowd going, and then the next shift over, you're feeding off that. Obviously, you want them to manage pucks, keep it out of your net as much as possible. I thought they did, like I said, did a really good job with that. Like I said, the last goal was a wall battle originally that we could have done a better job. But again, I thought he added to that line and did a nice job.
Kevin Dupont.
A couple of things. It's probably too early for this one, but would you be inclined to use all three guys in the same spots again Thursday?
The three new guys?
Yeah.
I would be. Obviously, we'll look at our NED getting healthy, coming back in. Does that move Riley with a different partner? Taylor Hall, I'd like to keep with Krejci. We talked about right wingers, could move here or there, but and then Lazar, he could go to the wing. But I liked him where he was, Kevin. So I think it's, Wags is typically played all right wing for us. It's Crowley that's moved from left wing to center that has to make the adjustment. And, we'll see where, Frederick could be in the mix by then. So that makes it, a decision. But right off the top of my head, they will definitely stay. Like I said, I guess Grizzlich, depending on his progress, could affect who Riley plays with in the back end.
It looked like Coyle was a little more visible tonight.
Yeah, Charlie, sometimes you got to sort of poke him to attack a little more and be more of a driver of a line, and because he wants to defer sometimes, make plays. And I thought he started doing that more tonight as the game went on. Really should have got rewarded. Did a really good job. I was unfortunate that line. Him and Jake had some real good looks, to extend the lead at different points and then get the lead back late. But not a lot of puck luck. But they both scored in the shootout, which helps. Obviously, get the extra point. So you could tell they were feeling it. I think sometimes shootout goals translate from how you're playing during the game and you're feeling good about your game. They just couldn't quite bury it. So give their goalie credit. But they were around the net a lot tonight. If they do that every night, they're gonna score goals. That's inevitable.
Jimmy Murphy.
Coach, it seems like we're saying this every time Kevin Miller comes back in the lineup, but just, comment on the presence, the effect he has in many different ways?
Well, you said it. Offensively, even at the blue line tonight, he made predominantly good plays, good decisions, threaded the needle to Pasta there late. Had a lot of heat on it, but, Pasta maybe tried to one-time it when it was going too hard, but still, it's a good play. Another day, Pasta just catches it and kind of releases it. So offensively as well, D to his partner a lot of times opened up shots for Riley. So good decisions up there. Obviously a scrap that just ensued because he was physical. But yeah, Kevin's an important guy for us. And Jimmy, like any team would say this, when you get your regular crew back there, your 6 guys, and we felt the same way at the start of the year. If we could keep them healthy and get them going, like we're a good hockey club. That's be the backbone of your team. And then hopefully a couple of those younger ones grow it over time through the year. So, but with the injuries, it just took away from that. So we're going to try to rebuild that from here to the finish line here, manage Kevin's workload, but he's an important guy for us. And we've never strayed from that. One of the reasons we made decisions this summer is we felt he would be healthy enough to play. For the most part, he has. He obviously missed a stretch, so there was some risk in that. We knew that as well. But right now, if he can, like I said, stay healthy, get his rest when he needs it, it's a big part of our hockey team.
Chris Ryan.
Hey, Bruce, with Taylor Hall now in the mix, do you see, trying to create a 1 and 1A type of a line up front? And do you see basically, Smith and Pasternak just a decision about where they're going to end up on the right side?
Yeah, I mean, we Pasta, Berge, and Marsh have been an elite line in this league for a long time. I'd like to see them kind of recapture that. I think it's been hit or miss this year at times. For whatever reason, Pasta had an injury at the start, obviously had to kind of work his way back in, had a great start. Has cooled off, obviously. We'd like to get him going again. And then with Smitty, he started with Coyle and Ritchie in camp, which I said back then I thought was our best line in training camp, but that went out the window when Kasha got hurt. Like I said, Pasta comes back into the mix and Smitty's moved around a little bit. We tried to Brusque on the right, et cetera, some different things, but this is our lineup now, and those guys on the right will probably interchangeable to a certain extent. But again, we'd like to drill down on chemistry this time of year. Like to keep Smith with Krejci and Hall and see where it goes. I mean, they were on the ice for basically 2 goals tonight. I think Ritchie was part of the first one in the middle of a change, but get Pasta going with his group. And I thought Coyle and DeBrusque were excellent, and Ritchie's going to complement sort of his game will stay the same no matter who he plays with, but they just couldn't finish, unfortunately, Coyle and DeBrusque. But as I said earlier, I think they will, given time. And then hopefully the other 2 lines, because their pedigree, get their goals, and all of a sudden become a little more dangerous of a hockey club if you get 3 lines clicking.
Last one, John Wagner.
Hey, Bruce, John Wagner from Fox ABC Maine. Just curious about your perspective on Swayman playing in his first shootout there.
Well, I've heard he was real good at them, and obviously he was. He stood his ground. We've seen him on breakaways. There was a game earlier this year in here. He made a save. Or was it Philly? Sorry. And, on Lawton breakaway, and we go down and score, and changes the outcome of the game a little, or how the game was going. So we've heard he's rock solid on those. So, as a coach, you don't want to become that guy, because it was his first one that coaches in overtime to get to the shootout when he's in. But I know there's people that do that when their goalie's that good. So it's nice to see him be rock solid, us get some goals in the shootout. I thought we played well in the overtime in terms of attacking. Got a break with the high stick, obviously, but good for Sway. We'd had breakaway issues earlier this year. It seemed like a problem with shots getting blocked at the blue line and whatnot. We've corrected some of that in terms of our recovery into the middle of the ice, but the way the game's played now, teams get breakaways, and he's real good in that area. And another good part of his game tonight, no fault of his own. One went in off our guy, took a bad bounce off the ice. The other one, he was screened. So I thought he played well.